Hey everyone, well, celebrity chef Brother Luck says cooking is a way of remembering the ghosts of his past. It's been an incredible journey, but one that has led to success and a lot of understanding. Well, this is something Brother talks about deeply in his new book, No Looks Given, Life is Hard, but There is Hope. Oh, a pleasure to have you here, Brother.
Oh man, I'm so honored. It's like catching up. This
It's like
is so
catching
great.
up. Well, I was just thinking about this last night. I met Brother Luck when he was opening a restaurant in Colorado Springs, and I literally walked into the alley. I had just moved to Colorado, and I'm like, hi, I'm Claudia.
Yeah.
And I was blown away by part of your story, and it was very little. But Brother, tell us about first your culinary career and what you're up to nowadays.
Oh,
you're
man.
all over the place all the time.
I'm all over the place. You know, I've been very fortunate to represent Colorado on Top Chef during the Denver season and the Colorado season, beating Bobby Flay, which was, how cool is that, right? You get to beat the Iron Chef, Chopped, all that. But, you know, we own some restaurants here in Colorado, down in Colorado Springs, and I'm a member of the community. I'm someone who wants to talk about story and change and really put it to the front of what I believe in. Yeah,
I will say this about you. You are very much tied to the community, and I learned that about you very quickly working in TV down in the Springs. But besides the culinary part of life, you've also had a very interesting journey that has led to that. And it's in your book. What made you want to say, I have to write a book about this?
You know, there's something I've learned in my life is that our stories are powerful. And sometimes we don't give that story the validation that's necessary. So to tell your story is meant for someone else. I want you to hear my story because it's going to help you get through whatever you're going through. There's a way to connect to that. So it's not selfish. It's actually a way to say, you know what, I'm going through the same thing.
Exactly. Now, this was a long process for you, as we were talking right now, to get it started and finally have the book in your hands. What do you think was so powerful about going through that process? Because I know you've had many moments in life where things were tough.
Yeah, you know, I think we have this ability to put things in a closet and shut the door. And I didn't realize how many wounds were still festering. Really? So going through this discovery process of writing my story and connecting back to what I went through, there was healing. And that confidence that came out of that, that's just been, it's been amazing to now share it and have something tangible.
Was it emotional for you, kind of going through everything? Yeah, I bet.
It's very emotional, and I think when you start to touch on scars, you know, you're reminded of the pain that it initially had. So, you know, they're there forever, but you have to start to heal.
When did you realize, I want to talk about this? I'm ready to open up and talk about what I went through.
Yeah, you know, 4 years ago, I wrote a chapter, and I presented it to my wife, and she goes, wow, did it really happen like that? You should write a book. And that's what just kind of sparked it. And then you lie to yourself for like 2 years and go, I'm writing a book.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, everything came into place, everything happened, and all of a sudden, here we are.
What do you think is an experience that you share in the book that will connect with a lot of people, or that for you has been pretty significant?
Yeah, I think the mental health struggles, you know, being thrust into the limelight, being on television, having yourself be vulnerable and judged. The toll that it takes on you, right? You're trying to measure up to the perception that you've created or that has been edited around you. And eventually you will break if you don't talk about it. And I think when we talk about mental health, we normalize the uncomfortable. We talk about suicide. We talk about anxiety, depression. These are things that are happening with many people. And I feel it's my responsibility to say that, because I'm not weak when I talk about my emotions.
That's right. And again, that could be so powerful for so many people that look up to you. I mean, look, when I first met you, I'm like, oh my goodness, I watched him on Top Chef. But I'll tell you that it was even more interesting to learn about your journey through life, your upbringing, that you did have some of those struggles, but it's led you to where you are today. How can we get the book? This is going to be a good read.
Yeah, you can check it out on our website, chefbrotherluck.com. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's everywhere right now. It just came out yesterday, so this is so special.
Love the name, No Looks Given, by the way. Okay, well, if you want to know a little bit about Brother Luck, his journey throughout life, this is definitely something that you need to read. Put it on your book list. And I've got people asking me that knew you were going to be on the show today, Are you ever going to open a restaurant in Denver?
You know, the conversations are always there. It's
Okay.
got to make sense. It's got to make sense, and
It's
that's
gotta make
always
sense.
where I leave it.
We need a Lucky Dumpling here in Denver. That was one of my favorite places. Oh. Well, if you haven't had the food, definitely something that you want to do is check out Brother Luck's restaurant in the Springs. What is next on the list after the book? I would imagine this opens up even more doors for you.
Yeah, you know, a big part for me is the speaking portion of it. So not only giving life lessons to young students and people at risk, but also providing hope. I think that's so important, you know, that you can persevere beyond your struggle. And here's an example.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. Brother, it's always good to see you. We'll
Absolutely.
definitely bring you back on the show. And it was a pleasure catching up. And you see the crazy girl that walked up to you in an alley someday? Now you're here with me. All right, thank you so much, brother.
Pleasure.
Okay, everyone, you can learn more about Brother Luck or get his book, No Luck's Given, Life is Hard, but There is Hope, by visiting the website chefbrotherluck.com.